హలో అండి, అందరికీ నమస్కారం. నా పేరు విజయ్ ఆంథనీ, ప్రజావాణి పత్రిక నుంచి రిపోర్టర్ని. యాక్చువల్లీ నేను ఫోటోగ్రాఫర్. ఈరోజు ఇంటర్వ్యూ చేస్తున్నా, సో పెద్దగా నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నానో నాకే తెలియదు, బట్ ఐఎమ్ అటెంప్టింగ్ దిస్. ముందుగా మా టీంని మీకు పరిచయం చేస్తా. మా డైరెక్టర్ అండి నాగ్ అశ్విన్, నమస్కారం. ఆ తర్వాత నాగి గారికి ఎందుకో ఈ కథ ఐడియా ఆయనకు పుట్టిందండి, సావిత్రి గారి కథ చేద్దామని. ఆ ఐడియా తీసుకొని నాగి వారి శ్రీమతి గారి దగ్గరికి, ప్రియాంక దత్ గారి దగ్గరికి తీసుకెళ్తే ఆవిడ ఓకే అనింది. వాళ్ళిద్దరు కలిసి ఈ మహానటి రోల్కి ఎవరు కరెక్ట్ అని వెతుకుతూ ఈ సూపర్ నటి కీర్తి సురేష్ని పట్టుకొని మహానటిని చేశారు. వెల్కమ్. నా ప్రైమరీ క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే, అసలు ఈ సినిమా అంటే నీకు ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది ఈ సినిమా చేద్దామని ఇంట్రెస్ట్? అంటే ఇట్స్ నాట్ సంథింగ్ దట్ కమ్స్ నార్మల్లీ ఏమో కదా, లైక్ వై ఫ్రమ్ వేర్ డిడ్ దిస్ ఈ థాట్? ఆర్ యూ అంటే మీరు మహానటి, యూ సావిత్రి గారి ఫ్యానా? డిడ్ యూ ఆవిడ చాలా స్టోరీ చదివావా, విన్నావా? ఆర్ యూ వై ఫ్రమ్ వేర్ డిడ్ దిస్ ఐడియా కమ్?
Savitri Gar fan for sure, but more than that, I think I'm a fan of that era also.
Oh, you like the 19...
that 50s, that black and white, Patal Bhairavi, Missama, Maya Bazaar, the Vijayavani logo వస్తున్నప్పుడు ఆ శంఖము, ఆ ఫ్లాగ్ ఊపుతుంటే I feel like as if I belong to that time. It's like such a amazing nostalgia. So with Savitri Gar's story, I have a chance to explore that and to revisit that era. And geniuses like KV Reddy is ఆయన అప్పుడు చేసిన సినిమాలు ఇప్పుడు ఎలా చేయాలో తెలియదు, ఇంకా గ్రాఫిక్స్ తోటి అంటాను. హీ డిడ్ దట్ స్టఫ్ విత్ నో గ్రాఫిక్స్. ఇప్పుడు గ్రాఫిక్స్ సీజీఎల్ కంపెనీ పెట్టుకొని కూడా ఇట్స్ పెయిన్. యూ డోంట్ నో హౌ టు డూ దట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. ఇట్ వోంట్ బీ యాజ్ స్మూత్ యాజ్ వాట్ హీ మేనేజ్. ఎల్వి ప్రసాద్, ఆల్ సచ్ జీనియస్ డైరెక్టర్స్, రైటర్స్, entrepreneurs, actors. That is the birth of our film industry. The film industry was born in the 48, 49 when people stopped making silent movies and they started making talkies with first devotional, then social, then alanti subjects. That's when Savitri Garu entered the scene.
She came in the talkie part only.
She came in the talkie part. Just before her was Bhanumati Garu. Okay. Anjali Devi Garu, Bhanumati Garu. Then she just joined after. With her we track the history and the birth of Telugu cinema. So I found that very exciting. There's obviously a connection to Savitri Garu and the work that she's done, and I'm a cinema chusi, I'm a story chadivi vini cheppalanukodam okkataithe, this whole thing is another.
What interested you more, Savitri Gari film history or her personal life? Which bit of her?
And to begin with, I knew only about her films that she did, but the idea to make a film was born only after I knew about her personal life. Like, I think there was a book which somebody had gifted my grandmom and she was reading it, so just looking through the pictures of that book, photos justunte there's pictures of Savitri with Nehru, with Indira Gandhi, with some foreign actress. I learned that she was a race car driver.
Oh yeah.
And that she actually oh yeah and that she actually won a few races, like in Sholavaram, like not just like visiting the races. Yeah.
Oh, she won races.
Yeah, it's not like she collected or she was visiting the racetrack. She drove.
There was an actual
race car. Yeah, there was this old actress Geetanjali Garu was telling me that there's this one railway crossing on Mad that goes to Vijayavani from wherever, Habibullah Road or something. So akkada sometimes when she used to sit with Savitri Garu in the car, just by mistake, if that railway crossing bell gottin anukondi, she'll accelerate and she'll accelerate to beat that railway crossing and go. Andarki pack ayadanta. If they're getting late to the studio, they won't go with Savitri Garu.
Kani aa time lo women car drive cheyadam and all, was it a normal thing?
Definitely wasn't normal. There would have been few, but Savitri was one of them. Yeah, there was one rock star quality to her, which I felt was very cool actually. That's why even the main Mahanati song, I wanted it to be a tribute, like as if she was a rock star of today's time. So I did balance cheskuntu rasam a song ni, but instead of just saying like reverential amma you are great ala gaakunda, I just wanted it to be like a celebration.
Once మీ దగ్గరకు వచ్చి ఈ రోల్ చేయమన్నప్పుడు ఇమీడియట్లీ అంటే మధ్యలో నా దగ్గరకు వచ్చి జెమినీ రోల్ ప్లే చేస్తాను ఒకసారి అడిగితే 3 days నేను కాన్స్టెంట్గా వెళ్ళి ఆ ఫిల్మ్ పీరియడ్ సినిమాలు చూడడం, I started doing that. So what kind of work did you have to do? ఎందుకంటే I realized సినిమాలు మనకు రిఫరెన్స్ ఉంది, బట్ దాని బయట యాజ్ పీపుల్ హౌ దే వర్ మన ఎవరికి తెలియదు. సో what did you do to like figure out how to get her?
That's the first thing that came to my mind, you know, like movies of hers, we have sources,
Some
we can
reference,
watch.
on.
And I have watched, so I know her. Kani, that off-screen personality, you know, how do I know? So I spoke to Vijay garu, her daughter. She shared a lot of messages, and a few things were quite common within us. When she used to come to shoot, she used to, you know, share her personal memories. So, you know, you get that character out of that. No, I heard her that FM interview. So that's like some 2 minutes interview. But when you listen to that, you have one picture in mind of her character. She's like very playful, spontaneous, and you know, something, a sense of humor. And also talked to a lot of people. Like once you sign the movie, you go somewhere, people will ask, hey, you're doing Savitri Garu's biopic, you know, my grandmom used to say this, and they start pulling out stories, and my mom knew some stories. So, you know, putting all together, you get some picture in mind, and then I feel like, okay, this might be her character, and then, you know, you feel like, okay, after a point, when you're at the sets, you feel like, okay, I'm going to give her a life. This must have been her. This must have been her character. And I used to ask a few things to him also. And in that book that he was talking about, he gave me that book. So I don't read much books, but he had noted some points.
It's a
in that.
book in English?
Yeah, it's a book in English. In that book, it was about how she was as an actress, how she was as a person. Like small things, like once she used to come in the set, that aura that she had, that positive vibe around her. And, you know, as an actor, how she was like very, her timing, her dialogue delivery, her modulation. So it had so many things. So you get one picture, no? So that was what was in my mind, you know, when we did it.
She was very popular for like comic timing, no?
Yeah, sense of humor, no? Yeah.
Everything, sense of humor for sure.
Timing,
As in
timing.
అంటే
And her-
normal life లో కూడా she was very funny.
So many little incidents like this. One thing we couldn't put in the movie was
And also
one
she
of
had
her
great memory
memory of
to
for sure.
remember dialogues and long lines, no?
Yeah. Tamil actress, I think. She was acting in a Telugu film. So first movie, and she was doing a small supporting role in the movie. So I think she was asking,
సావిత్రి గారు సపోర్టింగ్ రోల్ చేస్తుండేనా?
no, the other actress, the Tamil actress, Savitri Garu's movie lo. So Savitri Garu told her like, basically she told her that అందరికి నమస్కారం ఎలా పెట్టాలంటే నన్ను పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటారని చెప్పాలని.
ఓహో, తెలుగు రాదు కాబట్టి.
తెలుగు రాదు కాబట్టి. So she's going next to NR గారు వచ్చినప్పుడు పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటారా, stuff like that, just small little funny incidents. Lots of people still remember.
ఈ రోల్ ప్లే చేసినప్పుడు అట్ ఎనీ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైం నేను సావిత్రి గారిలా చేస్తున్నానా, am I representing her correctly, or am I just playing like a heroine? Did you ever feel that fear that is it coming like Savitri, or am I being very different?
I knew that when I was of course I had that fear in me, but I knew that I was not doing it like I would do any other character.
Okay.
So I had that feeling that there's some difference, you
Okay.
know, like however I've done before
Okay.
and what I'm doing now. And Nagi, so I used to have a lot of doubts, but Nagi is, you know, very confident when it comes to takes. He's like, no, this is okay, this is perfect. If there's anything to be changed, he'll come and tell me, and even I'll ask a lot of things. Can we do it like this, or maybe is it like this? I do keep a lot. I do keep asking a lot of doubts, no?
Lots
So
of thinking.
that thing, no, that you have to get it perfect kind of feeling. So, and he knows much better than us, right? So when he guides, and once you see it on the monitor after the shot, you feel like, okay, maybe this is correct, you know. So I think halfway through the movie, first few days it was like I had to get Nagi used to come explain the scene. I had to get reference pictures, because Savitri Garu used to look different in all her movies. Like if you see her eyebrows or her lips, it's not the same in every movie. So she used to change according to her characters. So even we had different kinds of looks, isn't it? So every day I used to ask him, like, Nagi, like, which look are we doing today? And after a point, you know, it was much chilled out. Like, they used to come tell me the scene, and I used to just pick one look, and it was just like this regular kind of thing, no? Like,
After like about the 60th or 70th look, we were like, we were like, Keerthy, I think we can start experimenting now.
and then yeah, I used to keep that her Savitri Garu's that bottu, that, you know, experiment with her those lips that she used to do, her hairstyles, and at one point I just couldn't you know, want to, like, it takes time, it is a lot of you know, stress to get everything done, but I never wanted it to look like every other look, no? So I wanted to try all her looks, and we did try a lot of
We
looks
tried a
in that.
lot,
We tried a lot.
Yeah, there was
అంటే
that.
అది నీ చాయిస్
There was that Lux thing.
చాయిస్
There were a few which I really wanted for
Okay,
sure, which I was very sure I wanted to do, like some movie recreations, like one Lux ad. There were some things which I knew I wanted.
Exact.
Yeah. There were some which I was not too particular about, but Keerthy was like, let's try something new, why repeat? So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like,
ఈ స్క్రిప్ట్ని రీసెర్చ్ చేయడంలో ఎంత టైం పట్టింది నీకు, ద ఎంటైర్ ప్రాసెస్? లైక్
I think research and story went side by side, more or less.
ఓకే.
So I think it took about 6 months. I mean, it took about 6 months to write a first draft, which I could tell Vijay Chamundeshwari, the Savitri Garu's daughter, and Swapnaka, and everybody, and for it to be okay to go into production. That
Okay.
first draft,
ఓకే, ఇట్ టుక్ 6 months.
it took about 6 months to
Okay.
7 months. I think from March to around October or something of that sort. But I was writing till day before yesterday. Like till DTS I was writing. DTS I just changed one dialogue.
That happens, you know, like even like till yesterday, I'm thinking, like, going back to the scenes what we shot and just thinking about them, and I know what I did there, right? So I'm just going back to them, and maybe I should have done like that. Let me ask Nagi once again.
So
I know we
now-
can
now
now.
you ask.
Just
scene
like,
lo ala chestunte.
yeah. I mean, what's the point? I know there's no point, but it's just there, you know. Like, you just feel like
Like this
you've not
movie,
come out
yeah.
of it.
రేపు రిలీజ్. అండ్ అంటే ఆ టైంలో ఐఎమ్ షూర్ చాలామంది స్టార్స్ ఉండింటారు కదా, లైక్ దేర్ వుడ్ హ్యావ్ బీన్ బిగ్ యాక్ట్రెసెస్. సో వై స్పెసిఫికలీ సావిత్రి, అండ్ వై దిస్ హోల్ హూప్లా అరౌండ్ దిస్ పర్సన్? అండ్ నాకు కూడా మిగతా యాక్ట్రెసెస్ కంటే సమ్హౌ సావిత్రి గారి పేరు తెలుసు. ఐ డోంట్ నో వై ఇస్ ఇట్ దట్ వీఆర్ ఆల్సో ఫ్యాసినేటెడ్ బై దిస్ పర్సన్? లైక్ యూ కుడ్ హ్యావ్ పిక్డ్ ఎనీ అదర్ స్టార్. ఐఎమ్ షూర్ వాళ్ళు సినిమాలు చేసింటారు.
I think there are few actresses in every generation or every industry who have a persona or a soul that will last. ఇప్పుడు మనం హాలీవుడ్ తీసుకున్నా, you'll think of 3 or 4 names. ఎలిజబెత్ టేలర్ అంటావు, మ్యారిలిన్ మోన్రో అంటావు, లైక్ ఆడ్రీ హెప్బర్న్, అంతే. ఐ కాంట్ థింక్ ఆఫ్ 3, మేబీ గ్రేస్ కెల్లీ, like 4 names వస్తాయి అంతే, ఎంత ఆలోచించిన. లైక్ యూ థింక్ ఆఫ్ హిందీ, you'll think మధుబాల, you'll think Nargis. There are 3-4 names, ante. They're at the top of it all. It's the same here also. But I feel that in the southern industry, in that particular era, there was it was a very special space where Savitri was the only actress for Telugu and Tamil, who was the only person who was acting with the leading stars of both the industries. And to a point where if there were say 40 movies that released in Telugu that year, 20 would be her, or 22 would be her.
In a year?
In a year 40 Telugu cinemas release ayindante.
20 films?
20 films, she was the heroine. That was the kind of work that she did. Shivaji Ganeshan gartoti best movie Savitri gare, NTR garto best movie Savitri gare, Raj Kumar toti cinemalu teesaru Kannadalo, ANR garto best songs, the most evergreen songs anta Savitri garto. That is one thing, and I think anybody who chinna ante Savitri garu 46 ki chanipoyaru, like at the age of 46. She was a leading lady for 20 years. ఆమె ఫస్ట్ మేజర్ లీడింగ్ పాత్ర 1950లో వచ్చింది, అండ్ హర్ లాస్ట్ లీడింగ్ రోల్ వాజ్ ఆల్సో లైక్ సమ్వేర్ ఇన్ ద 70s. సో దాదాపు 20 odd years లీడింగ్ లేడీ, దట్ ఈస్ ఆ లైఫ్ స్పాన్ ఎవరికి ఉండదు అనమాట. ఒక హీరోయిన్ లాగా 20 ఏళ్ళు, దట్ ఆల్సో టువర్డ్స్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ ఆమె కొంచెం బరువు పెరిగారు ఇన్ కంపారిజన్ టు ఆల్ ద అదర్ పీపుల్. ఆ టైంలో బరువు పెరిగి అయినా లీడ్ రోల్స్ చేస్తున్నారు ఆ టైంలో. సో దట్ వాజ్ అన్హర్డ్ ఆఫ్. ఇప్పుడైతే అన్హర్డ్ ఆఫ్ ఎనీవే, బట్ ఆ టైంలో ఆల్సో అన్హర్డ్ ఆఫ్. పాయింట్ ఈజ్ యంగ్ ఏజ్లో చనిపోయే వాళ్ళకి I think there's definitely one sort of aura because they never grow old. They're always, you always have only that picture of,
and
of
you
them.
don't know what how
They would have looked like
yeah.
if they grew old
Or
and they
done.
had problems and whatever. Savitri garu manam face chuste we only remember her more or less at
Yeah.
her peak.
Yeah.
Same with any other actress you're talking about. I wanted to say something about Mickey before you start.
Yeah.
So basically a lot of people, okay, like ADs nunchi, well-wishers nunchi, other directors, producers, everybody's first question is like, first it was after I had to deal with, after we had to convince everybody Keerthy Anduko, then it became Mickey Anduko. Okay? Like everyone I'm dealing with, like why Mickey? Mickey's best album ante something that gave him scope to do something and something really different and new, and he proved himself with the album. And RR, I think Janal, once they come out of the theatre listening, that's going to stay with them. I think this is his best album. And I think Keerthy has just been ఆ పాటలే పాడుతుంది గత 10 రోజులుగా, అసలు నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు సింగ్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఎల్స్.
ధన్యవాదాలు విజయ్ యాంటనీ గారు. మీ క్వశ్చన్స్ అన్నీ చాలా డిఫరెంట్గా ఉన్నాయి అండ్ అది నాకు చాలా సంతోషం ఇచ్చింది.
థ్యాంక్ యూ ఎవ్రీబడి. బాయ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Bye.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. బాయ్.